Hello guys, Brett here again with another fragrance review. Today I want to talk about another one of my little sample vials here. This is from the different company, the Vetiver. This fragrance came out in 2006. It's a woody aromatic and classified masculine. The notes we have in the top, grapefruit, cardamom, and bergamot. Middle notes of Tahitian vetiver, bourbon geranium, and ylang ylang. And in the base, iris, bourbon, vetiver, and sea salt. This one got 4 out of 5 stars at uh, base notes. So first of all, I want to say that as the name of the company implies, the different company, this is a very unique and different take on vetiver, unlike their other fragrance, bergamot. Um, that one pretty much had a very standard, same old smell. But this one, if you're into vetivers and you want to try something kind of different, this one's worth checking out. I only got one wearing out of it, so I'm going to do my best to tell you what it's all about. First of all, it kind of had like a bittersweet quality to it, to my nose. I think it was the cardamom really came out here, give it like a sweet spiciness, but also some bitterness, maybe from the salty accord. So I got that, and then instead of vetiver, it actually came across more like pine for some reason. So sort of like a bittersweet pine. And in the sea salt, I'm not really sure if I got like a sea air vibe, but I know somebody had mentioned iodine, and I thought, you know what? I kind of get like that betadine kind of smell that you associate with sterile procedures at hospitals. Like if you're having gallbladder surgery, that kind of brown juice that they put on to clean the skin, kind of that sort of a smell to it. So it's sort of a strange thing going on there. As far as other vetivers go, I would probably say this one is most closely reminiscent of vetiver tonka because it doesn't really smell like vetiver and it had a bit of a sweet quality to it. But this one is definitely more daring. I would say it almost has like a vintage gentleman's quality about it as well. Um, so if you're looking for like a signature vetiver, this one's a bit daring and might not be for everybody. I could see how some people might be off put by it. I like that pine sol thing that some people say, maybe because it does have like that pine kind of a smell to it, but not quite that harsh. Although maybe a tad bit medicinal from the iodine. So I'm going to say for like a visual, imagine you go out into the woods and you find some pine needles. Put those pine needles in a bucket. You get home, put those pine needles on a baking sheet. Put a little like sweet glaze over those pine needles. Bake it in the oven. Let it all soak in, caramelize a little bit. It comes out kind of like a sweet pine kind of a smell to it. Drizzle a little iodine on there, or betadine, or something like that. Kind of gives it sort of an odd saltiness. That's kind of what you're going to get from Sal Vetiver. Strange, but it's probably one of those fragrances that will grow on you over time, or of course, for some people, maybe it'll get worse over time. And it's that kind of a fragrance. It's hard to really say how people are going to feel about it. I would say for people that like Vetiver Tonka, maybe thought it was too sweet, want something a little bit more daring, something that has maybe a little bit of that like Hermes vintage feel to it. This one might be worth checking out. I probably wouldn't buy a bottle myself, and if I did have it, it wouldn't be something that I would grab for very often. More of a a change up kind of a fragrance, I think, as far as I'm concerned. So let's get into some scores here. The smell, I'll give it 6 out of 10. It really wasn't the greatest smell to me, but it certainly wasn't, horrifying or anything like that. Price point, 50 ml, $150. 90 ml, $220. So not very good there. 2 out of 10 for the price point. Uniqueness, 9 out of 10. Very different from most vetivers out there because of the iodine, the cardamom. the bourbon notes, things like that. Projection longevity, just off of a sample wearing, I'm going to say 7.5 out of 10, 3 to 5 hours, and then it goes to a skin scent. Um, Versatility, like I said, I couldn't see really wearing this too often. Maybe 4 out of 10 for that. Um, Overall, I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. It would be something fun to wear every now and then. If you like pine, if you like vetiver, if you like, I would say salty fragrances as well. Although this one didn't really remind me of the beach very much. Um, it's a different fragrance. If you like daring fragrances, something different, check it out. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.